everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Annette Green. I'm going to do something a little different and I'm going to share a several part series of projects that I will be travel teaching this year, 2018. So as you can see, these are all the newest Graphic 45 collections. And what I'll do is I'll take you through each one independently in its own video. So let's get started. All right, this is the new Sun-Kissed paper from Graphic 45, and this is what I'm calling my little beach house with a mini album inside. And let me show you what goes into making this. First of all, we'll just kind of talk about the fact that I have built yet again another base for the project. This is this big structure that makes the house is the Graphic 45 deep square matchbook box in the craft. And I built a little base for it to go on, so it could be a little display piece in the house during the summertime or whenever. Banners, twine, little fringe, all kinds of fun stuff, and a lot of fussy cuts to make this a really fun project. Super easy to do. So let me take you through it here. Here's a quick peek at the mini. I have decided after I designed it that I am going to switch that outer ribbon to this nice May Art stripe. This is also May Arts, it's just the twill, but because the binding is white and the twill is ivory, I found that this might be a little bit better match with the stripe. So I'm going to change that for class. But basically, here's a quick look at the mini. It's just chipboard for the covers, and then all the beautiful papers from the Sun-Kissed collection inside, which I'll show you in a moment. But I have cinched it with the coil wires. I'll take a really quick run through of it. Some of you that watched my Facebook Live from CHA or Creativation know that I kind of shared this already. So I've used ephemera cards and banners and the pretty paper. There's a lot of nice blues, deep blues, and beautiful florals and bold stripes and lots of orange, which I love. Great accent to blue. If you ever look at the color wheel, orange is right across from blue, so it's perfect. Okay, so very simple pages, just kind of maximizing the use of those ephemera cards. And in case you don't know what ephemera cards are, I will show you. Okay, so that's the album. Let me show you what it took to put everything together. To put this together, I used the 12 by 12 collection of Sun-Kissed, which as you can see now is packaged a little differently, and they include stickers in here, which I love. I didn't get to use that in this project, but I didn't have them yet when I was designing it, but they are super fun. And so the banners is with Sun-Kissed this time. Sometimes I don't always do banners. This particular collection just calls for it. I think it's perfect. So I used the Graphic 45 Sun-Kissed banners. As you can see, a lot of pieces are missing. I used a lot of them. And the ephemera cards, like I talked about. And if you don't know what they are, boy, they're great. So here's a little visual of everything you get times 2. So you get 2 of everything. And they're 4x6s and 3x4s, and they're double-sided. One side is usually a pretty journaling side, the other side's a beautiful imagery side. So they are great to pop on the front of cards and to use in books like this because they're just instant. They're ready to go. I also use the Shabby Chic keys from Graphic 45 and the ATC size tags, just 3 of those out of the pack of 6 in the ivory. Whoops, and my chipboard covers, as I mentioned. I did just cut these with my super duper paper trimmer, and I use my cinch machine to do the square punches of the holes and the coil, which this will be trimmed down to 10 rungs total to fit this album. All right, and then finally, just a few more things. Like I said, that May Arts ribbon and that stripe. And then inside, I'll show you again, but there are the small tags. They have this, it's about a 1/2 inch, and it's blue and ivory striped ribbon. I love their striped ribbon. And May Arts as well, some natural twine. Okay, and then finally, this is the biggie. And I don't have the original packaging because I was lucky enough to get a prototype when these dies first came out, but these are new dies from Graphic 45. This is one die set that you can buy. So it's got the large ivory tag, or the large tag die. It's got the ATC size tag die, all these flowers and leaves and little leaves and, you know, all kinds of stuff. So where did I use that? I will show you. Okay, so right away on the front cover of my little mini, I used one of those flower dies from the set. And if you look closely, you might see that that's actually been cut from the sand dollar paper in the collection. That's the middle of a sand dollar, but it looks so cool when you use the flower die. So I used one there, and then down here I used the leaf die to make some little seaweed. And then I did use the flowers quite a bit here, again from that sand dollar paper. So just pop those on for added dimension and embellishment. And then here is where I used the ATC die in that pack. So, you know, Graphic 45 has the actual tags like I showed you, the ivory tags, but now they have the die that cuts the paper just, you know, perfectly inside, spaced. Even the hole, you don't have to mess with a punch anymore and try to get it lined up. But it's perfect, and you can do both sides, so it's the most wonderful set of dies ever. So let's see, where else did I use one? Here's a little, whoops, fold out from the ephemera. So you can see all this ephemera action going on here. And then there's another tag. That's an ephemera card that I actually used the tag die on to cut out that one for the journaling on one side, and then the paper collection for the other side. And you see how I've used the ribbon and the twine for these little tags. More ephemera cards. See, instant journaling, beautiful imagery. Other side, gorgeous. You can't beat it. So I made a little pocket there. And then ephemera cards, yes, again. And I cut this one apart because it just had a cute little picture of those kids on the beach. So this collection would be great. There's the banners for summer photos, vacation photos, you name it. Another ephemera card and another die popped up on there with the flower. And the twine has been worked in here and there as well. So yeah, more ephemera cards. I mean, I'm just nuts for those ephemera cards. They're the best. And the banners are just like instant embellishment. You just pop them out of the sheet and pop them on there. Wonderful. Ephemera card. Ephemera card. Can you tell I like them yet? And I only used half a pack, not even all of the cards, but I think all but 2 or 3. But I have the other whole matching set. Remember how I said you get 2 of each? So I have another whole pack, half pack of the same exact images from the ephemera pack. So I could actually do 2 albums. All right, so my little album will fit inside of the box. Oh, and if you notice I used keys throughout. I did put some paper behind them just as a little embellishment there. And I also used one inside you saw earlier. But I also used 2 more on the sides of the box. And I kind of popped them out. I don't know if you can see in there, but they're kind of popped way out with some chipboard in there to make them stand out a little bit, so that when you put it in your little beach house and you want to pull it out, instead of the key being flush against the side of the house, of course, it'd be hard to grip. So now it kind of sticks out a little bit so you can pull on it. Okay, so this is another class that I'm teaching in Greenfield, Wisconsin at the famous Scrapbook Store and More. April 2018, first weekend of April. So this is 2 of 3 classes I'll be teaching there. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.